Okay, so here we have a division problem involving the imaginary number I. With a problem like this, we actually cannot leave an I in the denominator. We can't leave I in the denominator. We can't leave a radical in a denominator. So our goal is to get rid of that denominator. In order to get rid of it, what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply by the opposite of this I term. We could just multiply by negative I, but just to keep things simple for now, I'm going to go ahead and multiply by the opposite of that entire term. So whatever I do to the bottom, I have to do to the top in order to keep my equivalent fractions. So now I'm just going to multiply. So 8 times negative 3 is negative 24. And that is I. And then I have 3I times negative 3I, which is negative 9I squared. And we know from our past lessons that anytime we see I squared, we're going to change that to negative 1. And now I'm just going to simplify. So we have negative 24I in the numerator. If we just have an I, that I cannot be changed. It stays as I. With I squared changes to negative 1, and I'm going to do negative 9 times negative 1, and there I get 9. My final thing to do here is to simplify. I need a number that goes into both 24 and 9, so I need a factor of 24 and 9, and that would be 3. So I'm going to divide the numerator by 3, and I will get 8I. And when I divide the denominator by 3, I get 3. This could also be written in a couple different ways. This could be written as negative 8 over 3I, or it could be written as negative out front 8 over 3I, or any variation of that. So this is the solution, but you could write it, you might see it in various ways. Now, on the second problem here, I'm going to do exactly the same thing. I'm going to do the opposite, or it's actually called the conjugate of this denominator. So I'm going to multiply by negative 6I over negative 6I. Whatever I do in that denominator, I have to do to the numerator as well. So now I'm going to use distributive property in order to simplify here. 9 times negative 6 is negative 54. And that is I. And 4I times negative 6I is negative 24I squared. And that is all over 6I times negative 6I is negative 36I squared. I'm going to deal with my I squareds next. I have an I squared here and an I squared here. If you have anything other than I, any power of I besides 1, you need to deal with that before you can move on. I squared is negative 1. I squared is negative 1. So now I'm just going to simplify. So negative 54i plus 24 over negative 36 times negative 1 is 36. Then from there, I would simplify. I can divide all of these numbers by 6. And when I do that, I get negative 9i plus 4 over 6. There might be another way that you would see this answer as well. So we might simplify this, and we might say this is 2/3 because of 4 over 6. It might be 2/3 minus, because of this I term, remember real number first followed by imaginary number, minus 9i over 6. That would be 3 halves I. So I hope this helps clarify at least a little bit. See what you can do from here.